Hello students, I'm Imani Sharma, your educator. I warmly welcome you all on our YouTube platform, where we in today's video are going to discuss yet another important Indian poet. Her name is Kamla Das. Now when I talk about Kamla Das, इनके जो works हैं, they are very much important with regards to her being a poet जो कि confessional mode of writing में लिखती हैं. Now what do we mean by the word confessional here? Confessional मतलब होता है when we are trying to confess something, we are trying to talk about something, that too in an open manner. हम किसी भी चीज के बारे में खुल के जब बात करते हैं, be it our private life, हमारी निजी जिंदगी के बारे में, हमारी public life के बारे में, that is known as something which is confessional in its stance. So she was one such writer in the Indian sphere who will make sure that she is going beyond limits, talking about her own self, her sexuality, the themes that are considered taboo in India, उन सब चीजों के बारे में कमला दास जो हैं अपने वर्क्स में she will boldly try to express herself. Now when I talk about her, ये जो आपका UGC नेट इंग्लिश लिटरेचर दैट इज योर पेपर 2, उनमें एक बहुत प्रीडोमिनेंट राइटर बन जाती हैं. लेट्स जस्ट टेक अ लुक एट द इमेज ऑफ कमला दास फर्स्ट, राइट. So she was born in the year 1934 और कहाँ पे पैदा हुई थी ये? केरला में she was born, right? And 2009 में she passed away in Pune. She passed away in Pune. तो ये थोड़ी हो गई basic details. Now coming to the point, she was having another pen name. ये मलयाली में भी लिखती थी, मलयालम में she used to write, and when she used to write, she used to use a surname Kamala Madhavakutty. Right. On the other hand, later on अपनी life में she would be one such person who will convert to Islam in 1999. ठीक है, तो ये इस्लाम में अपने आप को convert कर लेंगी, मुस्लिम बन जाएंगी, and at that point of time she will take the name Kamala Suraiya. ठीक है. Now इनके works में what are the themes that are predominantly seen? Right? She wrote openly and frankly about female sexual desire and the experience of being an Indian woman. She will talk about in one of the pieces of poetry जिसका नाम है The Stone Age. इनकी बहुत beautiful poem है ये, ठीक है. Stone Age में she talks about a woman who's married and she is married to a man whose sexual hunger is never complete. कभी भी उसका जो lustful nature है, right? He wants to be physical with her, with his wife, at all times. He is, sexual hunger is insatiable. Insatiable मतलब जो कभी भी पूरा नहीं हो सकता, जिसको कभी भी हम लोग को प्यास लगती है तो हम पानी पी के बुझा लेते हैं ना. Insatiable is something जिसको कभी भी खत्म नहीं किया जा सकता. So she talks about how that woman, she had to cater to the needs of the husband and how, ये satirical poem थी, satire थी, एक तंज कसा गया था husband के ऊपर. She did not have a very good marital life. खुद की भी इनकी जो marital life थी वो कुछ ज्यादा अच्छी नहीं थी, right? We see her works are centered on personal experiences. अभी मैंने आप लोग के सामने एक word use करा था, which is known as confessional. This makes her a confessional writer. She talks about her own self. She has won the Sahitya Akademi Award in 1985 for her poetry collection, Collected Poems. So this is something which is important from the factual point of view. Coming to her bold expression of sensuality, she will just not talk about sex as a theme in her works, but she will try to explore there are females, right? Desires are everywhere. But nobody in the Indian context specifically talks about the female desires, talks about the urges that a female might also have. So ये female की जो sexual desires हैं उनके बारे में भी she openly tries to talk about it. She does not want it to be a taboo topic. ऐसा topic नहीं रहने देना चाहती जिसके बारे में लोग बात ना कर पाएं. She wants to बेधड़क तरीके से, she wants to boldly express her own self in the pieces of poetry that she is writing. Right? She is breaking taboos that are surrounding female sexuality. Raw and honest depiction of what? प्यार के बारे में बात करती हैं, passion के बारे में बात करती हैं. When a woman is trying to be in an intimate space with a man, what does she expect? What she expects to do to him. All these things she talks about and it's in her works. Contributions to the exploration of eroticism. अब ये एक ऐसा टॉपिक है जो आज के टाइम पे भी स्टिल इट इज कंसिडर्ड टैबू. एरोटिका लिखी जाती है तो वो छिपा के बिकती है. इट इज नॉट ओपनली सोल्ड. इफ आई टॉक टू यू अबाउट दी ब्रिटिश लिटरेचर का स्फेयर यहाँ पे, तो अगर हम मॉडर्न एज की बात करते हैं ब्रिटिश लिटरेचर में, देयर वाज दिस वन वर्क बाय D.H. लॉरेंस. उसका नाम था लेडी चैटरलीज लवर. बिकॉज ऑफ द फैक्ट दैट देयर आर सेक्सुअल सीन्स इन द वर्क, इट वाज बैंड. उसको बैन कर दिया गया था. बट पीपल वर, बिकॉज द पीपल वर नॉट अवेयर, द पीपल वर नॉट रेडी टू कंज्यूम some sort of and such sort of material. And especially in India, a female writing about eroticism would be considered something कि जिसको लोग गलत समझते थे. But she did not fear that. She kept on writing about, and that is from a mature point of view I'm trying to tell you. If we try to explore her vision, it is not just erotica and eroticism. She talks about female sensuality and sexuality at a larger stance. That is something which is unique about her. So उनकी poetry collection में, if we try to talk about work, Summer in Calcutta in 1965, The Descendant 67, Old Playhouse and Other Poems 73. These are her poetry collections. Then we have novel here by the name Alphabet of Lust in 1976. We also see her penning short stories, right? Such as A Doll for the Child Prostitute and Padmavati the Harlot, right? So you can make sure कि आप लोग इन works को लिख लो chronologically. Then we will be shifting forward, right? An Introduction is a poem that we see was published in the year 1965 in her collection, जो कि इनकी first volume of poetry है, Summer in Calcutta. तो मैंने आपको पिछली स्लाइड में बता दिया था. She explores themes of gender, identity and societal expectations. What is expected of a woman? कि वो कैसी दिखे, कैसे चले, कैसे बात करे, right? What are the societal expectations is what she tries to talk about in this poem. Expresses her struggle to conform to the traditional roles and her desire for self-expression. She wants to write freely. She wants to talk freely like a normal person should, right? She wants to talk about, and she talks about कि मुझे traditional roles जो हैं कि एक औरत है तो पतिव्रता होनी चाहिए, एक लड़की है और एक लड़का है. लड़की है तो पिंक कलर के कपड़े पहनेगी, लड़का है तो ब्लू कलर के कपड़े पहनेगा. She tries to talk about and break those traditional roles here. ठीक है? She tries to say कि नहीं, I am, if I feel like wearing blue, I will wear blue, right? She talks about how in that particular sphere उनको घुटा हुआ महसूस होता है. Struggles के बारे में भी she tries to talk about. Critiques the limitations imposed on women and advocates for freedom and individuality. Treat me as an individual. I'm not saying treat me like a woman. But अगर आप एक नॉर्मल इंसान की तरह एक औरत को ट्रीट करना चाहो, ठीक है, with that individuality कि ये भी तो एक इंसान है, ये भी तो उतनी मेहनत कर रही है जितनी मैं कर रहा हूँ, right? So she tries to express her own self. She tries to advocate वो औरतों की freedom के लिए, उनकी individuality के लिए she tries to speak, right? So this is the poem. Let's just read it here. I don't know politics, but I know the names of those in power and can repeat them like days of week or names of months, beginning with Nehru. I am Indian, very brown, born in Malabar. I speak 3 languages, so you'll have to comment down कमला दास जो है कौन सी 3 languages बोलती थी, ठीक है? I speak 3 languages, write in 2, dream in 1. Don't write in English. They said English is not your mother tongue. तो वो कह रही है कि मुझसे लोग कहते हैं कि इंग्लिश में मत लिखो, इंग्लिश तुम्हारी मातृभाषा नहीं है. Why not leave me alone, critics, friends and visiting cousins? Every one of you, मुझे अकेला क्यों नहीं छोड़ देते हो? Who are you to, question me? Why not let me speak in any language I like? The language I speak becomes mine, regardless of where the language is coming from. चाहे वो बांग्लादेश से आ रही है, चाहे मैं मलयाली बोल रही हूँ, चाहे मैं अंग्रेजी बोल रही हूँ. जो भी language I am speaking, it is becoming mine. Its distortion, उसका टूटना फूटना, its queerness, उसकी strangeness, ठीक है, all mine, mine alone. So don't guide me and don't tell me what to speak, what not to speak, right? Then we have The Old Playhouse, published in this collection only in 1973, examines the complexities of love, desire and marital expectations. तो मैं अभी पतिव्रता की बात कर रही थी कि एक औरत से क्या एक्सपेक्ट करा जाता है. पति आ रहा है थका आ रहा, उसको सर्व करके दो चीजें, ठीक है. इवन आप भी थके हुए आए हो ऑफिस से, राइट. सो व्हाट दी सोसाइटी एक्सपेक्ट्स ऑफ अ वुमन. The patriarchal nature of relationships and the loss of self within a suffocating marriage, I already told you, उनकी खुद की शादीशुदा लाइफ भी was not that good. So that is confessional poetry में she is making her own marital life also public. She is letting the people know how she also suffocated her own self. अगर हम stone age की बात करते हैं दोबारा से, it is about a woman who is getting suffocated because उनके जो हस्बैंड है उनके सेक्सुअल नीड्स कभी पूरे नहीं होते हैं, राइट. Depicts the deterioration of love and the longing for freedom and individuality again as a theme in here as well, right. Then let's just read The Old Playhouse here, very beautiful work. You planned to tame a swallow, to hold her in the long summer of your love so that she would forget not the raw seasons alone and the homes left behind, but also her nature, the urge to fly and the endless pathways of the sky. She tells कि तुमने मुझे इस तरीके से टेम करने की कोशिश करी है जिस तरीके से तुम चाहते हो that मैं सिर्फ आसपास की चीजें ही ना भूल जाऊं. तुम चाहते हो कि मैं जिस घर से जिन घरों को मैं पीछे छोड़ के आई हूं, मेरे मायके को, उसको भूल जाऊं, बट अपनी नेचर, अपनी उड़ने की जो मेरी उड़ान देने की डिटर्मिनेशन है वो भूल जाऊं. एंड द एंडलेस पाथवेज ऑफ द स्काई. यू डोंट वांट मी टू फ्लाई लाइक अ बर्ड ओपनली. यू वांट मी टू बी इन दैट कोकून. एक शेल में रखना चाहते हो तुम मुझे. इट वॉज नॉट टू गैदर नॉलेज ऑफ येट अनदर मैन दैट आई केम टू यू. मुझे किसी और इंसान, मर्द के बारे में और नहीं जानना था कि मैं तुम्हारे पास आई, बट टू लर्न व्हाट आई वाज. And by learning, to learn to grow, but every lesson you gave was about yourself. You were always and always talking about your own self. You were pleased with my body's response, its weather, its usual shallow convulsions. How she talks about sex here, right? She talks about that how you were much and more concerned about the sexual intimacy that we had, the time that we spent, right? You dribbled spittle into my mouth. You poured yourself into every nook and cranny. You embalmed my poor lust with your bittersweet juices. You called me wife. I was taught to break saccharine into your tea and to offer you at the right moment with vitamins. कि मुझे अपना पतिव्रता वाला धर्म तो निभाना है, पति को चाय देनी है, vitamins देने हैं. Cowering beneath your monstrous ego, I ate the magic loaf and became a dwarf. I lost my will and reason to all your questions. I mumbled incoherent replies. तुम कुछ भी पूछते थे तो मैं उसका क्या जवाब दे रही हूँ मुझे खुद पता नहीं होता था. मैं ऐसी बन चुकी थी. I mumbled incoherent replies. The summer begins to fall. I remember the rudder breezes, right, of the fall. And the smoke from the burning leaves, जब पत्तों को आग लगाई जाती है. Your room is always lit by artificial lights. Your windows always shut. Even the air conditioner helps so little. All pervasive is सब जगह पे जो फैली हुई है, that is the male scent of your breath. तुम्हारी मर्दानगी की खुशबू हर जगह फैली हुई है, ठीक है. The cut flower in the vases have begun to smell of human sweat. There is no more singing, no more dance. My mind is an old playhouse with all its lights put out. मेरा एक mind जो है वो एक पुराने playhouse की तरह बन गया है जिसकी सारी लाइटें जो हैं वो बंद हो चुकी हैं. Right? The strong man's technique is always the same. he serves his love in lethal doses. एक स्ट्रॉन्ग आदमी जो होता है अपने प्यार को जानलेवा डोजेस में देता है. For love is Narcissus at the water's edge, haunted by its lonely face, and yet it must seek at last at end a pure, total freedom. It must will the mirrors to shatter and the kind night to erase the water. So how beautifully she has penned down what she has suffered in her marriage. She, even though she was the wife अपने husband की, लेकिन the way she used to, she used to get treated by him, the way he was coming on to her only when he needed the physical desires completed, right, satisfied, तभी वो उनके पास आते थे, and how she had to succumb to the traditional roles. But now she does not want to succumb to the traditional roles. She wants to go ahead. She wants to fly like a bird, जो कि उस मर्द ने उसको भुला दिया था. ठीक है, भूलना सिखा दिया था. Next we have The Dance of the Eunuchs, published in 1965, very first volume of poets which appear under the title. तो ये भी Summer in Calcutta में ही आई थी, introduction के साथ. Reflects on the marginalized lives of eunuchs. तो जो eunuchs होते हैं, ठीक है, उनके ऊपर हिजड़ों के ऊपर this particular work has been written and how they are marginalized. अगर आपने अरुंधति रॉय की नॉवल जो 2020 में आई थिंक आई थी by the name 2020 में आई थी आई थिंक The Ministry of Utmost Happiness, अगर आपने उसको पढ़ा होगा तो you guys would be 2018 या 19 में आई थी. I am unable to recall the year, sorry for that. But उसमें भी डिपिक्शन है marginalization and alienation की. How? Because of the fact that they look different, they dress different, they talk different, they are different. ठीक है, अपने पहनावे में, अपने बोलने में यूनिट्स डिफरेंट होते हैं. एंड हाउ दे आर आउटकास्टेड. दे आर नॉट मेड फील कि हाँ जी आप भी इंक्लूसिव हो, आप भी एक इंसान हो. उनको ऐसा फील नहीं कराया जाता है इंडियन सोसाइटी में. इट एक्सप्लोर्स द थीम ऑफ आइडेंटिटी, जेंडर एंड द सोसाइटल नॉर्म्स, हाईलाइट द यूनिट्स स्ट्रगल फॉर एक्सेप्टेंस, हाउ दे वांट टू बी एक्सेप्टेड, हाउ दे वांट टू बी एम्ब्रेस्ड इन द इंडियन कल्चर. बट नो, कोई भी उनको एक्सेप्ट नहीं करना चाहता. And the pain of the societal rejection that also comes along with that. So let's just read some chunks from the work, The Dance of the Eunuchs. It was hot, so hot before the eunuchs came to dance, white skirts going round and round, cymbals richly clashing and anklets jingling. पायलें छनक रही थी. Beneath the fiery gulmohar with the long braids flying, dark eyes flashing, they danced and they danced. Oh, they danced till they bled. There were green tattoos on their cheeks, jasmines in their hair. Some were dark and some were almost fair. Their voices were harsh, their songs melancholy. They sang of lovers dying and of children left unborn. Some beat their drums, other beat their sorry breasts and wailed and writhed in vacant ecstasy. एक खुशी में झूमते जा रहे थे. They were thin in limbs and dry like half burnt logs from funeral pyres. जैसे हम किसी की चिता जला के आते हैं, वहां की लकड़ी सूख के और डंडा बन जाती है, उसी तरीके से इन लोगों के हाथ पैर इतने सिकुड़े हुए थे, इतने थिन थे. A drought and a rottenness were in each of them. Even the crows were so silent on trees, and the children wide-eyed. Still, all were watching these poor creatures' convulsions. The sky crackled then, thunder came, and lightning and rain, a meagre rain that smelt of dust in attics and the urine of lizards and mice, and to be continued. Right? So this is the depiction of how the eunuchs, they come to जब हम लोग के घर में बेबीज होते हैं तो दे डू कम ऑफरिंग देयर ब्लेसिंग्स एंड एवरीथिंग, राइट. बट हाउ दे आर ऑल्सो रिजेक्टेड इन द इंडियन सोसाइटी. जब एक टाइम पे आप इनकी ब्लेसिंग सीख कर रहे होते हो, उसी टाइम पे यू आर ऑल्सो रिजेक्टिंग देम. यू आर नॉट मेकिंग देम फील इंक्लूसिव इन देयर स्फेयर एज वेल. देन वी हैव माय ग्रैंडमदर्स हाउस. ये भी समर इन कैलकाटा में आई थी. Nostalgically recalls the poet's memories in her grandmother's house, as the name suggests. Love, security, simplicity, जो उनके पास में है. So there's a parallel which is being drawn between the past and the present, right? Poet's present reality and the cherished memories of the past. तो पास्ट में उन्होंने कैसे अपने ग्रैंडमदर के घर पे जिंदगी बिताई, कैसी चीजें थी, और उनको प्रेजेंट के साथ ये शी ट्राइज टू टॉक अबाउट, राइट. There is a house now far away where once I received love. That woman died. Who? The grandmother. That woman died. The house withdrew into silence. Snakes moved among books. I was then too young to read, and my blood turned cold like the moon. The imagery that she uses, right? How often I think of going there to peer through the blind eyes of windows, or just listen to the frozen air, or in wild despair pick an armful of darkness to bring it here to lie. मेरे साथ लेटने के लिए उस घर से कुछ अंधेरा मैं लाना चाहती हूँ. Behind my bedroom like a brooding dog. You cannot believe, darling, can you, that I lived in such a house and was proud and loved. I, who have lost my way and beg now at strangers' doors to receive love at least in a small change. जिस घर में मुझे इतनी डार्कनेस वगैरह, जिसका मैं बोल रही हूँ कि इस डार्कनेस का मुझे एक चंक भी मिल जाए अपने इस नए घर में ला के रखने के लिए, प्रेजेंट घर में, मैं वो ले आऊंगी, क्योंकि उस घर में मुझे इतना प्यार मिला है जिस प्यार को मैं आज अजनबियों में ढूंढने की कोशिश करती हूँ. राइट. She tries to tell that my way, right? Can you that I lived in such a house and was proud and loved? I, who have lost my way and beg now at strangers' door to receive love, at least in a small thing. तो अब मुझे अजनबियों से थोड़ा सा उनकी तरफ व्यवहार करके ऐसा मुझे प्यार मांगना पड़ रहा है, और उस घर में मुझे प्यार खुद ब खुद मिला था. Right? So how we all would have suffered in somewhere or the other with regards to this in the important time of our lives when we were children. दादी मम्मा पैसे दे रही हैं छुपा के, है ना, कि रख लो तुम्हें जितने चाहिए, all these things. Now this is a question for you all. What was Kamala Das's first book of poetry called? This has been repeated several times in the video itself. So pause your screens, read the comment, read the options here. The right answer is option A. That is, Summer in Calcutta is the first collection of poetry which was published by Kamala Das. And Kamala Das की खुद की शादी 15 साल की उम्र में हो गई थी, right? Also, some important facts that I want you all to make sure that you guys are noting them down. Kamala Das ने 1973 में अपनी ऑटोबायोग्राफी जो थी उसको मलयालम में लिखा था, in Malayalam. And what was it named then? It was named as Ente Katha. Later on, in 1976, this particular autobiography was the one which was translated into English. Right? English में क्या title दिया गया था? Translated into English with the title My Story. Right? So these were several other additional facts that you were supposed to know with regards to Kamala Das, because any such question could be posed to you in your UGC NET examination. I hope things were clear to you all. You loved the poems as did I. I'll see you guys in another video. Till then, keep on studying, smiling. Thank you so much and have a good day. Bye-bye.